Hey, Jared, bro, let me show you where I'm living right now, Brud. Did I just say Brud?
Bud and bro, it's the same thing.
Well,
We've been together
I'm
for a
working,
long time, so you're allowed to make up words.
bro. I'm working on my French language. I'm in Monaco right now, but we flew into Nice. I don't know, yesterday. Time zones are like sick. So I'm 6 hours ahead of you. I am in Monaco right now. Let me just show you this view, bro. Like the dream is real, bro. The work we have put in is paying off.
Wow.
And so I'm really excited about you saying, hey, let's take advantage of this moment in my life. That my daughter just turned 12, or 11. Shit, I can't even keep up with the ages. And so part of this was telling the crew, hey, when we drop the kid, when we get on the boat, make sure Scarlett sees happy birthday. But I want you guys to see this, Jared. I want you and maybe share this with Sandy tonight, right?
Yeah.
Share it with Jake. This is a part of the world. I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Nobody showed me this. So, I wasn't thinking about, when I was a kid, I wasn't thinking about pay the price for this. I was thinking about how to get a job and pay the bills. Nobody ever told me this was possible. It's such a shame. And so when you said, hey, let's do a podcast with you, because the whole scene. You've been around, what, 11 years?
12, yeah. 12 as of 8 days ago.
I mean, you saw me when I was all right, but not this. This is ridiculous.
It's funny. Remember, I told you, people look at where you're at today. And I told you the other day, I said, a guy had reached out to me and said the most impactful video that he ever saw was a video that I did on how I learned to travel with you for work. And it was like, you remember this? Like first flight out, like we leave on 6:30 a.m. flights.
Always leave on the first flight, never leave on the second flight, never leave on an afternoon flight. Even if you don't have to be there, like leave on the first flight because they're 99% on time.
Yep. Then it was fly home on pack light. Always carry on, even if it's like a 3 or 4 day trip, it's going in a carry on.
Always carry on above you. One jacket, 2 pairs of pants, underwear if you use it. Keep that to a limited amount. 1 pair of shoes, light, man. Go light because you can move fast when you're light.
And you don't have to check back. You spend 45 minutes waiting for your bag when you get off instead of just going to the next spot.
Number 3 rule. And by the way, these rules has gotten me in a position today after literally using these rules for 35 years. It's got me in a position now to live this life. And I wish somebody would show me this when I was your age or even younger, 25, 19, 15. I wish I'd have known, bro, this is possible. It was never even possible to me until maybe 10 or 11 years ago. And the 3rd rule was never go one place for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Always pick up a 2nd thing, 3rd thing, 4th thing. See if you could actually do 10 things while you went there for the main thing.
And so the way that this actually looked was we'd go book an appointment or a meeting with a big group. And like, literally it was like, as soon as that meeting was booked, it was, we're going to fly in the meetings at 2:00. We're going to arrive to the destination at 10:30. And then we're going to have an 11:30, a 12:30, a 1. We're going to do our meeting, and then we're going to pack in 2 or 3 more meetings after that. And if we didn't have a scheduled meeting, we just go start stopping in places.
Keep the main thing, but never, ever let it be the only thing.
That's right. Unless it's your wife.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last thing was, get back home as fast as you can and do what you did to get what you got. And if it worked, double down on it. So, dude, I wish you guys in the family were here with us right now. It's fantastic. We'll be here for 14 days. I rented a boat called Papa. You can check it out online, 180 feet. I think that's 45 meters or something. No, 55 meters.
Yeah.
And just fantastic. Maybe I'll just show you a couple pieces of it. Really nice. Built 2019.
That's the salon, right? That you're going into is the salon.
Yeah, this is we don't really use this area much. I use more of here. Let me just go upstairs. And then we got to figure out what the title of this is going to be.
Yeah.
How to go from the bayou to the yacht.
From Bayou to Billions.
Bayou to Billions, bro. I like it. The family's they're up on the hill right now. They're up on this beautiful internet connection's good, right?
Yeah, still good, dude.
Let me see. They're in that castle right up there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, right there.
Oh, nice.
And I said, nah, just get the tender. They got all the boats down here. They got 2 Sea-Doos, 2 jet skis. They got it all, bro. They got 2 tenders. If that's not enough, they'll come pick you up. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous, bro.
What's it feel like? Have you had a moment to think about what it feels like to spend more money to rent a boat for a week than you used to make in 2 or 3 years working?
Well, I haven't thought about it like that, but wow, now that you say that, there's another big boat out there. Here's a guy out here. We're flying the 10X flag, by the way. It's on the boat already. I said, bro, that's mandatory. Like, I got to check with the owner. I said, well, tell the owner I'm not going to give him his $1 million unless I can fly the flag. So it's here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't see it right now, but. Oh, there it is. 10X flag, no wind.
Hey, why do you
So
think?
yeah, dude.
Well, let me ask
So
you
how
a
does
question.
it feel? Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel though? I mean, it's crazy, bro. Like, I know people on the internet, they're like, oh, he's cocky and arrogant, showing off his shit and da da da. But really, it's sad to me that I can't, like, my dad died when I was 10. And I just, nobody ever told me any of this was available, man. Like, I saw it, you read about it online or you see somebody how they live, or I see Tillman Fertitta buy the Houston Rockets and he's got a 300-foot yacht and he's got casinos. Like, I see all these people do all these things, and I see Jeff Bezos and Elon and those guys, all those guys did stuff that I couldn't do because Tillman's probably the most relatable to me because he just started with one restaurant, right?
Mhm.
Elon, I don't know anything about spaceships, and fuck, I ain't smart. I mean, I'm not that guy, right? Bill Gates writing code. I saw that and I'm like, the first thing I would do is like, okay, I can't do that because I don't know anything about Wall Street or codes. And then I see a guy like Tillman, dude, grunt and grind. I'm like, I can grunt and grind. I'm like, I know how to do that. But even Jared, when, like, before you got with me, I was working so hard to get to get money. There was never ever any time to dream the possibility. Like, I was so worried about my bills because when my dad died, my mom went into, I've told this story 1,000 times, but she went into fear and I saw the fear. And whatever my dad left wasn't enough because she was scared. And I mean, I watched my mom for 50 years be scared. 50 years, the entire from 10 years old to, well, when she died, I was 55. So for 30 some odd years, I watched my mom worried about money. She could never spend it, even though she had a little bit. She couldn't use it. She was clipping coupons. And it's not like I wanted to, like, oh, I got to go buy her stuff. Like, that was not the driving force. I see ball players and rappers do this. They make a little bit of money. First thing they do is go buy mama a car. My mom didn't want any of that shit. My mom just wanted to not be scared. She didn't want the yacht. She didn't want none of this. You know why she didn't want it? Because she never had anybody share it with her.
Yeah.
I hear all these people say, I don't need all that. How would you know? This is the great crime. The great crime on this planet is that most of us never actually get to experience, particularly marginalized.
Can I ask?
Hang on, but particularly marginalized communities, they never get access to anything that's exceptional. And that's white, black, brown, male, female, but it gets worse as you go female, and it gets even worse as you go the different races, right? Because you just don't get access to the yachts. Fuck, I mean, like, I'm 64 years old, bro. I never been on one of these.
Why? Why did it take so long?
Well,
This is the first time you've ever done anything like this in 12 years I've known you, even though you could have afforded it long ago.
well, because one, I didn't think I was in a financial position to do it, you know.
It's insane to me that you say that, because I know your financial situation. So it's like, how do you?
Yeah, but because it all in the once we scaled enough, once I, you see me loosen up once I started trusting the work ethic of the people around me.
Mhm.
In the beginning, dude, the only thing I trusted was my work ethic, and my dad died of a heart attack because of his work ethic.
Yeah.
So my dad taught me how to work. When I hear somebody say terrible things about a job, I am in a place that I'm in today because of my job, because I had a job. Number two, because I had discipline and kept going to my job. And number three, because I actually had discipline with my money. So I wouldn't have to depend on my job.
So Grant, so let me ask you this. If
First
somebody,
of all, you got to make sure you got a little sunblock on
yeah,
when you're out here. Okay. Keep the main thing. So you want to look good, as good as you can. If you can't look good, then sound good. And either whether you sound good or look good, you better deliver like you good.
yeah.
So the point is, you got to get good at something. This is what I would tell people, man. You guys, whether you're starting a business, getting out of college, why you would do that, I don't know. I spent 5 years in college. They never taught me about this life or what it cost. I just spent the last 45 minutes with the captain saying, tell me about the cost of this boat. Everything.
Yeah.
I want to know everything. What it costs to run it, the biggest problems, what I'm going to be looking at, what they don't tell you, blah, 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 right? They're not going to teach you that in college. So what I would tell somebody to do is you got to figure out, this is not sexy. If you want this life, and you, by the way, you should want this life. Everybody out there, you're like, boats don't do anything for me. How would you know? So the first thing I would tell everybody, Jared, is they should challenge. That'll get the comments right there. You guys that are watching this, paying attention to it, you should challenge what you want. If I would have challenged, if somebody would have given me this message, Jared, when I was 29 years old, dude, I would be worth $10 billion today, maybe 50 billion. I might be one of those guys I mentioned earlier. Like, I would be a completely different person. Probably have more chance of being like Tillman or Jeff Bezos than Elon or Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, because I didn't know coding, right? But that being said, I could have learned coding. It was starting to happen at the time that I was coming up, but I wasn't paying attention to the dream, bro. All these guys, every one of these guys was chasing volumes of activity. Bill Gates chased volumes of activity. He followed flows of people that he knew would use a computer. Steve Jobs knew that we would go from telephones to iPhones in one day. That would be, we would travel with our phones everywhere. They could see the future. They were traveling into the future with billions of people. And I just simply was not thinking big enough. And if I'd have been thinking like that, maybe if somebody would have been around me, an uncle, an aunt, a dad, somebody saying, bro, think bigger. This is why I like our boot camp. Our boot camp is about sales, marketing, execution, how to think bigger on sales and marketing and execution. How do I execute on 10 things, not one thing? Because I know one thing will fail you. And the thing that we got going on right now, I don't even know how many streams of income I have. Like, I can't even count them anymore. There's tens of thousands of streams of income. Any one of them could break, and I wouldn't even know the difference. So first thing I would tell people is to dream bigger. Second thing is, man, you gotta learn how to work. All these people that I mentioned, whether it's Oprah or Warren or Jeff or Steve or who, all these guys talked about work. They don't talk about time off. They don't talk about a 4-day work week. They don't talk about 4 hours a day. They talk about, hey, how do I discipline, man, work, paying the price. The third thing is, like, I would not try to go do all this stuff prematurely. like I'm doing this out of passive income. This trip will cost me $1 million, a solid million for 2 weeks. Now, some people be like, oh, you should have given that money to charity. I've already given $22 million to charity, and I raised another 110. So, okay. And I'm probably going to give two or three more million to charity this year. So this million, these last 2 weeks that I'm going to spend, it's not got nothing to do with whether I can help charity or not. Charity I'm giving everybody right now is this $1 billion message I'm giving you guys right now. Don't just listen to it, hear it, hear what I'm telling you. Like, don't try to do this shit before you can do this. So my rule for that is, you know, Jared, I mean, you could recite it exactly because you're duplicating what I've done. I mean, there's a,
you want me to just go ahead and tell,
yeah,
tell you?
Tell them. So I have.
Yeah. So number one is don't do it unless you can do two of it. It's got to be paid out of passive income. And then the third is you've got to know that it's ridiculous and it don't make any sense.
Yeah. So number one is, hey man, you got to be able to write a check for 2 million. You got to be cash check. Got to be like, you could debt it. You could put debt on it if you wanted to, but you need to be in a position for you ball players, rappers out there, all you guys that want to, I got one big paycheck or two big paychecks or whatever. I was talking to Rick Ross about this. I'm like, bro, he's like, when do you roll hard? I said, bro, when you can buy 2 of them, when you can write a check, and 3, when you can do it out of passive income. The third one will make sure you never go broke. Passive income, by the way, is indestructible recurring passive income. If it's not going to recur again next month, it's not passive income. It was a one-time hit. True passive income should recur. It should be indestructible. It should not be dependent upon your time or your energy, your resources, or your push. So now, if I could figure out number 4, adding to your 3, how I could write it off, now that'd be some tricky shit right there. And still understand that it's stupid, okay? Because it is. But I think back to the main point is like, and I think I'm the only one saying this right now, is that somebody asked me today at lunch, they said, man, would you think you'd ever buy a boat? And I'm like, well, it's a restaurant right here in Monaco, and it's called the motto of the restaurant is, where's my fucking yacht? I'll insert the menu. We'll get Johnny to insert the menu. This is the motto of the thing. And the way that came out, I think it's called Anjuna. The restaurant's called Anjuna in Santa Monica, or Eve, or I don't even know where I am right now. And it says, where's my fucking yacht? Well, you know what happened? It's a party place. Probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody's in there drinking wine and getting hammered. And everybody here has a yacht. And they're like, where's my fucking yacht? Give me my fucking yacht. And I started telling Brandon, my partner with that, Brandon's over here with us. And I said, bro, what happens is these guys probably get screeched out of their minds. Where's my yacht, right? And Natalie, his wife, said to me, she's like, yeah, why is that important to you? I said, it's not because they're drunk and they're saying, where's my yacht? Because that's obnoxious. I said, but what I'm sitting here thinking is, what if I'm the guy in the restaurant? Nobody needs this. You gotta understand, like, nobody needs this. But bro, looking out from the restaurant back to this yacht saying, I have one out there, it felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good. It felt way better than the money, by the way, that I spent to have it.
Yeah.
So I just realized something today, I'm still learning. I'm learning every day just by paying attention. Dude, I'm like, at some point, money doesn't matter. And choices and options mean everything. But you're not going to get the choices and options if you start your life the way I did, with a really low sense of possibility. I mean, I grew up in Lake Charles, bro. Like, having a bicycle was a big deal. Having a used car, my first car was $500. That was like, wow. We were in the middle class, by the way. We would walk to school. My mom saved money, so she moved our house when my dad died across the street from the school. I saw the school out my front door. Walk out my front door, walk 80 yards. My mom didn't do that because it was good for me. My mom did that for me because it was economical for the family. And that's good. That's important, right? But I got trapped in those economics. I got trapped. You've been around me long enough. I mean, how many times have I said, bro, we could lose everything tomorrow?
The thousands. Paranoia.
Some healthy paranoia to the point of almost being unhealthy, by the way, because I could have done this 5 years ago, but I didn't, because I didn't trust that I had people around me that were disciplined. You know, now I got you're rocking and rolling, dude, every day, you show up every day, you're growing the team. I mean, we've grown our company from what? I mean,
3 to 800 and probably 850 between all the companies.
3 people to 850 people. So, I mean, something could happen to a lot of people and we'd still have a lot of people, you know, and we got a big audience now. I got a really strong foundation of people. I know that because of the number of haters I'm getting. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's the other thing I think a lot of these guys don't share. I was talking to the captain of this boat and he's like, you know, most people don't talk to their audiences when they're on this boat. I was going to call it a ship. He's like, bro, they're private people. Like, I said, they're not private, bro. They're scared. He's like, what? I said, they're scared people. They're not private. They don't want to share their lifestyle because they think they're going to get attacked physically or, you know, online. And sometimes I'm like, man, maybe we shouldn't share any of this stuff. But I know there's going to be 1 or 2 people watching this today. They're going to be like, God damn, I got to think bigger, but you don't need to go get a Lambo today or a yacht today. You don't need to go get some Gucci's today. Okay. I'm wearing these Ferragamos, okay? Sandals. I bought these on sale, guys. Okay. These shorts, everybody else is buying their little Gucci and stuff. These shorts, these are, I don't know, $20, $19. I don't care. You know, now, could I do the other stuff? Yeah, but why? Why do all that other stuff? Why are you trying to show off when you hadn't learned how to show up yet? And I just know that everybody there, everybody watching, I don't care where you are today. You're busted broke. You got bad credit. You're making $2 million a year. You're a great salesperson. I'm just going to cover everything. You're a businessman making 5 million. You can't do this if you're making $5 million a year. Just so you guys understand. This ain't the life for you if you're making 5 million. You don't spend $1 million in a weekend if you're making $5 million gross a year. When do you do it? You got to be in the 50s. And it better have nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. So if you're a rapper, ball player, you ain't ready yet, man. You got to go win a game. You got to win a ring. You got to win the season. And you still can't do it, by the way, because your contract's going to expire in 3 years. You're a rapper and you're on fire. Okay. Hey, man, 2 or 3 years max, maybe 4 years, if you're lucky. You guys know that's the truth.
One album.
Thing. Yeah. Same. What were you going to say?
Just one album, you know, like one album, one song.
Dude, how many one-hit wonders are there, right? So then that's what happens. Most of these guys go broke because they didn't, you know, they don't know. Look, if you don't know how big to dream, how would you know how to plan? And the thing that got me here was the hard work. I was extremely frugal on the come up, but I wish I would have had somebody coaching me along the way, Jared, saying, bro, with your work ethic and your discipline around money, and the way you invest your money with Cardone Capital and you grow real estate where you can't lose. I mean, I'm not going to lose my money. They're like, bro, you need to think bigger, bro. You can have all this. This is nothing to you. Nobody showed me big math. You know, and that's the great crime. I don't think it's not, even though we pay attention to the overspender, you know, and the burnout and The truth is, bro, most of us are failing because we just didn't budget a yacht. We didn't budget private schools or nannies. Hey, and by the way, we didn't bring a nanny on this trip, man. How cool is it that we can afford a nanny, got 2 of them, and said, no, we don't want you on this trip. I want the time just with my kids. I didn't want the nanny to be interference. See, again, those are options, choices, right? To be able to walk out of a restaurant because you don't like the food, or to be able to just say, throw that bottle of wine, yeah, we bought it. It's no good. I don't want it. Like, I grew up always worried, bro. I ate shit and drank shit because I paid for shit. Because my mind was like, hey, I bought it. I may as well go ahead. And I kept so many things so long that I didn't even want because I was in such a scarcity mindset. So that's what I would tell people. I mean, I don't know if there's one thing in there because I don't think there is one thing, but I do know this. This is something you can't get off of. Once you smell this, you see it, you hear it, you like, I'm on the boat by myself right now. Everybody's in town looking at something for something. I'm like, fucking, I ain't bring me back to the boat. I just want to sit here and enjoy this. And so when you called in and said, why don't we do a podcast today? I'm like, yeah, man, let's share this with other people. Like how old are you, Jared? How old are you now?
38, 39 next month.
Like, bro, another 10 years, bro. You and Jake, Sandy, your youngest, man, y'all gonna be living the life, bro. Because money compounds, it starts compounding. That real estate you're invested in just explodes. You're gonna keep taking care of the business. Our business will go without me now. Something happened to me, it's gonna still grow because it's based on the information now. That boot camp that we do is just ridiculous. The results we're getting with sales, marketing, execution, like how to really teach people what to do rather than motivate them on what they're gonna forget. And so that's gonna continue. We've touched this many people on planet Earth. We're walking into restaurants, people recognize me. I'm like, we built the brand. I mean, I walked in, guys like, I could tell he had the look. I told my wife, I said, oh yeah, he's got that look. He got that 10X look. He comes over to me, hey man, big fan. He lives in France.
Wow.
We built the brand up. And until you guys build that brand, until they know about you, they know about your company, they've spent money with you. I'm leaving the restaurant. The guy walks up, says, hey, I just went to your last 10X growth conference.
Wow.
He's in Monaco. He lives in Monaco. He's a coach in Monaco. The other guy's a real estate agent, wants to show me house, invites me to a party. Randall Emmett shows up here. He's a producer of movies. I'm in 2 of his movies right now. He's like, hey man, I'm over in blah, blah, blah. He tells me he's at 4 Seasons. Can I come see you on the boat? So I know it sounds like bragging. I don't want it to sound like that. But everybody deserves this life. Even the people that say they don't want it. Like, I know you guys like, I don't need all that shit. I'm telling you, you deserve to have this lifestyle. You do. And you're not going to know that until you get in that. Like, you're not going to know. You don't know what you like. You know, the old saying about you don't know what you don't know. How would you know what you like or don't like if you ain't tried it? So, bro, you're gonna wait till you see where you're at when you're my age. Even 10 years from now, you're gonna be enjoying the life way before I did. You're way ahead of where I was when I was 38. I was 38. Dude, I was 38. I'll tell you what do you worth today at 38?
Probably 15 million.
Yeah, you're worth 3 times what I was worth. Maybe 4 times.
Yeah, but when you were 38, 5 million was different than 15 million. There's a little inflation.
Yeah, I know, but I also, the other thing that was different was I did not have the momentum when I was 38.
Yeah.
I had 5 years of building a name. I had no name, no books, no social media. There was no social media back then. I didn't have any bank. I didn't have $15 million worth of real estate. You got $15 million worth of real estate that's going to keep growing, bro. It's going to be 15, then it's going to be 25, then it's going to be 50.
Well, I guess
Like
that's
this-
15 of equity. So it's probably more than that in real estate, you know?
Bro, you're going to blow off the chains. Biggest single mistake I made in my life. I've talked about mistakes I made before. I don't want to call this a mistake. The biggest error in my life, the biggest error is I have miscalculated the upside on everything I've done. Consistently underestimated how far I could go. And I would bet that there's a lot of other people out there that are underestimating how far they can go.
Yeah.
And that starts with your dreams and your goals, man. You know, like, what are you writing down? What are you even paying attention to? Who do you hang with? You know, I remember reading this quote by this guy was one of the wealthiest people in the world, Aristotle Onassis. And when I was in my 30s, I was always reading, books about successful people. And they asked him, "Hey, Aristotle, where do you go?" He ended up married Jacqueline Onassis, and so he got a lot of attention. He was a shipping magnate, and they said, "Where do you drink your coffee?" He says, "I drink my coffee in the most expensive places, so that I can be around people that can afford expensive things." And when I read that, that's all I remember about the whole book, by the way. I never actually understood what it meant until this trip. And I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, get around people that pay $5 for a bottle of water. Not people, by the way, it's the same Fiji bottle. You can get a Fiji bottle of water at the damn shop at Costco for 50 cents a bottle. You go to this restaurant over here, it's $8. The only difference is the location and the people that are buying it. The people that you're around can afford $8, not gripe about 50 cents. So to change your value, just change where you're going. And if you can't be invited to the yacht, then serve water. Be the something here. So anyway, bro, I'm glad I was able to show you around. There's a whole lot of this boat to show. Can't wait till you come with me on one of these trips.
Oh, I know. Looks amazing. Love that.
I hope this podcast does well. I hope people share this with their friends. It'd be nice if I didn't get all hate. So many people. Sabrina walked down this whole little thing. The things that make me happiest now is watching the kids do, dumb shit
that they get so excited about.
Oh yeah, stuff like, oh my God, that's a big risk. Here's a boat going out right now. I think they're going fishing. Here's I think that's 120 foot. We're 180. We're about 50% bigger than that boat. So anyway, bro, the dream is real, man. The work is necessary. You got to pay the price. You got to be disciplined, all the same shit. But it's worth it. What's crazy is my dad's father. I don't know if you know this story, but my dad's father, he was Sicilian. They were from Naples, actually. They were shipbuilders. And my mom's side was Sicilian. And my dad's side, my dad's grandfather moved into Madisonville, Louisiana, and he was a shipbuilder. So he would probably, my grandfather, I only met him one time. He would probably be really like, wow, man, that's a 180-foot steel hull. This boat can travel across the planet.
Yeah, wow.
So it's for sale, by the way. It's going to be in Monaco this weekend for sale for $46 million. Crew, everything, buy the whole thing. Anyway, man.
Well, it's good to see that you're having some time and enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
You don't do enough stuff like this. I think every time, it's funny because we always try to get you to go do stuff and you're, nah, I don't want to do it. And then once you get there, you're like, man, I'm so glad I did this. So
Yeah, dude.
hopefully
Like
this is
I say no to almost everything. Let me show you this lower deck. I say no to so many things. And I hope you guys don't, man. I hope you guys don't keep doing that. So this is a nice walkway, right? It's got a nice width. They're telling me the width of the boat is more important than the
length
of the boat. Also the volume, the tonnage. Let me see if I can show you this other place though. So now I'm not going to show you my bedroom. Oh, it's nice though. I think the proper, wow, where am I going now? Shit, now lost. So these are the kids' rooms. Not bad, right? Sabrina, all those books over there, she'll read all those books, those 4 books over there in the corner. She'll read all 4 of those books in 10 days. So this is, I mean, everything, like when I see these boats, I know you're rehabbing your house right now. I'm like, why can't they do this shit in a house? And you know what it is? The guy said, oh, the reason they can do it on boats is because the necessity level is higher.
Huh.
You have to do it on a boat. You have to do it right on a boat. Number one. Number two, once you do it right, you got to keep it right.
Yeah.
So they're constantly wiping this boat down. They never stop wiping it down.
Yeah.
And you don't do that in a house, right? So here, let me just show you the rest of this while I'm here. I know this interview is longer than you thought it was going to be. So this is my office.
Oh, wow.
So this is where I'll try to run the podcast maybe from here, Jared. Look at this. Look at this dead ahead, huh? Pretty cool. This is my bedroom.
Wow, nice.
Dude, I slept so good here last night. It was like ridiculous. Let me see. One more thing. I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm a little lost, but yeah. So, man, for everybody watching, man, I hope you guys don't give up. Hope you don't give up on the dream. And this is the kind of the room where people hang out. Foosball table in here. Hey, can I get another cappuccino double? Thank you. 14 people helping us while we're here. Like, you do nothing. You don't pick up anything. So, hey, I hope you guys that are watching, just like, man, I hope you guys aren't so negative, because I know there's so many negative people in the world right now. Particularly with the Instagram life, people are like not trusting it. And I understand that. It should be a bit skeptical of people saying they're living one way and they're not yet. But in addition to you being skeptical, you also need to also be optimistic about your possibilities. Like, this is real. Like, this is real. Those are real balloons. It's a real deck. This is real wood. This is paid for. This trip was paid for by me, from me, with passive income. Like, there's no debt on this trip. And you don't have to do anything criminal. Like you don't, I've been doing business for 35 years. There's a lot of people who don't like my style. Nobody's ever going to say I took a penny from them. You cannot find one person on this planet that says I ever ripped them off. And if you guys, when you guys do it right, dream big, learn how to work, put in the discipline around the work, repeating the work, and also discipline around the money, man. Get rid of the money and invest in something that can take care of you. To do all that and trust all that, you need a skill set. And so for me, sales, marketing, execution. Like, if you ask me the 3 things, I know how to sell stuff, I know how to market myself, and I know how to execute on the first 2 things. And if Jared broke anything down for you, he'd be like, bro, the guy knows how to sell, he knows how to market, and he knows how to get shit done. Period. End of story. My peers, the people that talk shit about me, just ask them, hey, what's his work ethic like? Even those people are going to be like, God damn, the guy, everything he says he does, he's going to do. You got to be known for that. That is one of the things I'm most proud of, is that when people say, hey, what do you think about Grant Cardone? Oh, blah, blah, and blah, blah, and blah, blah. But hey, shit, whatever he says he's going to do. And if people could know you for that, male or female, young or old, you're 19 years old, you're 59 years old. When people know you for being somebody that does what they say they're going to do, dude, you're a threat. You're a major threat in a good way. So just dream big, man. You guys can't wait till you're out here, bro. We're going to have to get like a 250 footer, maybe a 300 footer though.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking. Appreciate you spending some time, man.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, man.